Okay. Oh, oops. That's so annoying. 1 second. There we go. Okay, that's better. Okay, so we're back. We're back, and we are torturing Blender more. I have done a little bit of work since last time. We now have Grim fully set up. His little eyeballs are tiny as well. There actually isn't a ton to do. So it might be a shorter stream. I don't know yet. But if we go to Wicker and we render it out. We can take a look at what we got. And what we got is everything in place. Well, all the main components. So the big thing I need to figure out, what I want to try to figure out today is I'm gonna change the lighting a bit. I could technically make the room a little bit bigger. I could do that. There's a few things I want to play with today. One thing is his lighting a bit. Maybe some overlay stuff. I don't know yet. Right now it's not blending as much as I would like. I might do that in DaVinci. We might be firing up DaVinci today. But the big thing, you can see that like this is cut off. Which, in order to fix that, I could crop it in, but I kind of don't. It wouldn't be that. Well, it might be a problem though, because he moves around. I could, you know, I kind of plan to do this as 4x3. Possibly? I don't know. I could see it with 4x3. 1 second. If I go to... Actually, if I go to the camera and I say... That, yeah, no, that ain't right. Actually don't know what the aspect ratio is. Where would that be? None of that. X. I don't want to do that. Y would be that. Viewport display, aperture, custom properties, but that's for like scripting and junk. Where is the render? It's up here. View render view animation. I think it would be in here. Let's see. Is it? It's not. No, that's just the size of the camera. Man, everything is always so hidden. Anywhere you expect it to be is just not there. This is just your background. Yeah, I'm curious about that. I'll have to play with that later, adding an image to as a background. Oh, let's see here. Well, I'll keep it 16 by 9. But so what I need to do, pretty sure it's 16 by 9. I could bring this forward, but the problem is, I wonder if I could link all these cameras. Maybe I can. Let's test something. So if I move the camera back like that, and then I go to this camera, no. So what I can do is I can actually go here. I can go here. Where is the confetti? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, I do need to add the confetti. Which I can grab from confetti. Hello, DJ. Yes, good to see you. Where's confetti line or color? Color. There you go. Good to see you both. You. Into the room. Hold on. Oh. Okay. So of course, what that does is that makes it so that we have shadows. So if we go here now. I might actually render out one. Oh, that's not going to be. I need to do a different one. Let's see if we can get one where he's like tossing it in the air. That should be good. Yeah. So we're going to be doing a little bit of troubleshooting here because I need to figure out like how I'm going to render some of the light stuff. Still hating trying to do art with the mouse. Yeah, doing art with the mouse is always kind of annoying. That's weird. I don't know what's going on there. I'll have to double check that. I will say like there are certain things you can do with a mouse that make it a little bit easier, like vector drawing and stuff like that. I did a piece at work when I had nothing to do in Photoshop, just using the marquee tool, and I would fill in shapes with color. Kind of fun to do, like a lineless style. Okay, let's go back to the room. Why are you... What is that? Okay, I think I kind of know what's happening. Okay, oh, I know what it is. Okay. So this has been the bane of my existence. Let's go 0.003. Let's try that. Nope, that didn't work. Okay. How about -0.004? No, that didn't fix it either. Just want to learn art. I mean, did you try getting Procreate on your phone? Yeah, okay, so something's casting a really big shadow. I think that's, yeah, that is that. I don't know why it's doing. Let's check the shading. Where is confetti? Confetti color. Let's just delete that and just go straight alpha. Maybe that's throwing a monkey wrench in it. Oh wait, shoot. No, dang it. Why did it? That's really annoying. Back to the room. Wait, that's alpha bake. I don't want the alpha bake. Alpha bake doesn't do anything. I want object, I want room. Bring me back to the room. Okay. Confetti color. Try doing this. Oh. Still being dumb. Let me just try something. Let me try going back to layout and bringing it forward. That's really weird, man. Is it because of the sun? No. It is because of the light that's supposed to be giving it the shadow. And this. Gotta repeat that. Have you tried getting Procreate on your phone? Because I remember you mentioning that that was something you could look into. And then using a stylus. At least until you get the, because you're talking about wanting a tablet and stuff like that. Or there's always paper. Paper's always good. Sketchbooks. Oh, that's strange. Let me try re-importing it. Maybe. Let's do that. File import. Just plain. Confetti color. Just need the color. Actually, technically, I need both. See, that's weird. Why would that one? I mean, you'll still have to like kind of draw with your finger, but at least you have like something. Or you can, like I said, you can get like a stylus. That's very strange. I don't understand even how this shadow is being cast. Let me try something. Is totally let me try reopening Blender. I need to update from 4.0. Why is it doing that? Shadow catcher. That's weird. I don't even understand, like, that physically doesn't make any sense. Does the line work do that? Not that it will help, but I want to know. Stuff like this is really slow. Yeah, that does it. What? Why? Okay. Tell you what, if I imported Rem, his color. Why is it doing that now? Can there only be 2 planes? Well, no, there's more than 2 planes. Can there only be 4? I think there's technically 4. No, there's more than that. Kind of. Actually, yeah, all I need is the color. That doesn't matter, I can't even do one thing. Alpha Bake has both, I think. Yeah. Alpha Bake works, thankfully. Shoot, I kind of need that to work. Is it? No, it wouldn't be because it's in there. That doesn't make any sense. Why are you doing that? I don't know what else to do. File, let me try importing it again. Let me try something. If I import this, setting colorblind work. Because the shadow doesn't even make any sense either. Okay, now let me try deleting like Grim, for example. Okay, so we have learned things. We have learned unfortunate things. For whatever reason, this is the exact amount of planes. The exact amount of planes that I need is the exact amount of planes I cannot have. Of course. I can think of a way to do this. I want to see if I can figure this out. Is there something with the... Grim's color? No, that's as straight as it comes. Confetti color. Oh, I can do closest. Like that causing problems? Where's the box? I know that the box is... There you are. Oh, is this causing problems? No, that wasn't causing. I don't understand why it's doing this. Is there really just a soft limit? Or a rather hard limit? Before the shadows just start breaking down? I can't, like, move things around. That's so strange. Why is this, like, so buggy? I need to, like, restart the light engine or something? This is so frustrating because I'm so close to being able to just be done with shadows. I have other things to work out, but... Let me try pulling it off of Eevee. That works. Of course, now it's Eevee. I would like to do cycles. I don't understand why cycles is so glitchy. It works, but I don't get the shadows anymore. Well, I do with that. That's weird. That shadow's there. I don't know why I don't have shadow there. I don't have the volume. Same kind of volume. Oh, was that what my problem was? I bet you that was it. Wait, no, that could have been it. Do I have, like... volume, light paths, total 12, max bounce? Like... No, that's not it. Transparent. There we go. Okay, okay. Oh boy. Okay, so there was just a cap. Okay. Okay, I doubled that. Probably means it will render slower, but whatever. I need it. Okay. Solved that problem. Actually, that might... Oh man, that might have been like my issue. Dang. I probably could have solved my problems and not had to do different renderers. Oh well. It's set now, so. Okay, so now what I need to do is figure out where the edge of the... There's a frame with a where one of the little things is like halfway on. There it is. Okay. So now I just need to bring the camera forward. Actually, what I'm gonna do is use the focal. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Let's go 59. And now let's check. First frame, yep, that's fine. Last frame, that's fine. Oh, wait, hold on. Last frame. That's gonna be a problem, isn't it? That's going to be a problem. Oh. That might not work out great, having the shadows for that. I've got to figure out how to do that. How do I get the shadows to be relative? Anywhere that they are. There's no, it doesn't have any understanding of like depth. See, I should have done that as a particle effect. How can I do that? Is that working? Under a couple. No, it's still definitely. Well, not as obvious. I don't know. Maybe if I let's try something. Get a little while. Well, no. Let's try this. Really like borderline under. No, that's going to cast the shadows on the wall. Which works for them because they're on the ground in the same space. Not if I go. There's some shadows kind of floating. I wonder if I can get the angle right to force the perspective. So those will work. That'll be on the wall. Try. I want to try something as well. I'm actually going to disable this light temporarily. I want to see how it looks without it. Well, maybe instead of that, maybe we just ambience. Quicker. Then the last thing I want to do is I want to try to mess around with the particle effect. Well, I have to kind of rework the lighting. Whoa. Oh, I know what the problem is. But I'm just looking at shadows and junk. That'll probably work. Okay. But I need to go through and actually correct the cameras. Oops, wrong camera. So the focal on this camera is 59. That's the only thing I've changed. Go back to this camera, change it to 59. That kind of sucks that I have to match the camera like that. That will be a problem in the future potentially. I'll have to think of a solution to that. What I really need to figure out is how to keep everything in one scene. I think there's a way to do it. I don't know. We'll see. Camera. Come on. 9. Or maybe there's a way to make the camera like linked across the scene. That would be nice. That would work. Come on. Okay, let's go here. Go here. Oh, I bet you anything that's... And still the shadows aren't right. I may have to forego shadows on the... I also just realized I need to correct the line work. Let's do that real quick. Petty line work. But, stop that. Go down here. Go where I told you to go. There it is. Okay, I need to go to Grimm's line work. Here, grab you. Go back here. I mean the intro. There you are. So it makes the line work stand out all the more. Color, oh, super high contrast. View that. Hey, that works. Okay, cubic. Cubic is the way to go. I want to roughen that as well. I also want to do this with the line work. There we go, that's better. Yeah, that looks alright. I might have to do that to the room. This should look good. Good. I wonder. Have an idea. Because I really just need it on the wall back here and like up here. Wondering if I could use a spotlight. Capture that, and then when it falls out of the range of the spotlight, the light doesn't see it. I also need to move the light, otherwise that one. Give that a shot. I also need to shift the sun more. Layout. The heck? Why isn't the shadow moving? Oh. Oh, that's right. Okay. I know why. Because I am using a sun. Well, the sun don't care. The sun just shines in whatever direction you tell it to shine. Even I can't get much. How does that look? You barely catch. There, you barely catch it. Let me slightly back more. Nope. Nope. No. 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 I got it. I need to know where the. I'll try there. I think that'll be fine. I'll need to. Light shaft. What is that all the way? There. Where's the light shaft? we're just gonna have to kind of like eyeball this. But that's okay because we don't actually need to be precise with this. Here, let's put this out, see what it looks like. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if those pens work on a phone. They might. You could just get a stylus though. Like a generic stylus that could work on a phone. It probably doesn't have pressure sensitivity. That actually makes me wonder if and get one that would work with pressure. Okay, that'll do. That'll work. Okay, let's go back to the scene, to room. So what we need to do, oh shoot, 100 mode, come on, 100 mode. I need to grab, okay, so there's confetti color. I need to go here. I can turn the shadows off. I wonder, can I just... That just crushes it. I'm trying to think if I can put like a hard limit on put just a hard limit on what's actually drawn. Get what shadow catcher does. Only render shadows and reflections on this object for compositing renders into real footage. Objects that are synthetic objects being composited into. So a shadow catcher, so like this room I could make a shadow catcher and then I would be able to composite just shadows in. I wonder if you could triangulate shadows somehow. Might be a way. Doesn't... No. So yeah, no, that doesn't... Not without three-dimensional data. You need three-dimensional data. Okay, so we're just gonna have to focus on the illusion shadows. Focusing on the illusion of shadows, need to figure out how to make it so that from the perspective of the camera, it cuts off like right here. object as a holdout or mat, creating a hole in the image with 0 alpha to fill out in composition. I might be able to use that. Actually, come to think of it, I probably could use that. Yeah, I probably could have used that instead of the alpha method I used. Computer selectable. Ray visibility, volume, scatter, transmission, glossy, diffuse, camera. Show the camera, show the shadow. Pulling use camera, use just pull. No, I don't want to do that. There has to be a way to mask an object, right? Maybe, sure. Volume do what I think it does. Hold on. I make a cube. Well, hold on. Actually. Volume is like a volume effect. This. I want to just hold out this surface with a specific. How can I do that? How can I cut it off right there? Yeah, that's not cheap. Like I said, there's like third-party pens that are like half the price. I don't know how good they are. People say that they're fine, but I've never used them, so I can't give any experience on it. I would double make sure that they're compatible with your phone as well. Surface pump only, displacement only, emission from that. Displacement only. That's interesting. Okay. How can I? You know. I do wonder if there's a way I could composite the shadows in after the fact. I'll have to play with that later. I just thought of a way that I could maybe get the perspective to be closer. Possibly. Possibly. I don't know if that would work. It might be better, but I don't know if it'll work. Shoot, how do I cut off mask? How do I mask? I need a mask. Hold on. There is a mask. Not here though. I kind of need it to be. That's what I don't understand about shader. Is like, there's a lot of stuff within shaders that just like, doesn't make sense. I just need to cut off the shadows of that last part. How can I do that? Otherwise, it's just going to be floating in the air. I really wish I could just change the volume. You know, hold on. Alpha. Alpha's the answer. How do I might have to make a custom alpha. Or could I possibly light fall off? Go with that. There's a color ramp. Wireframe volume. Wireframe. Okay. Come on, where's the color ramp? I know you're somewhere. There you are, color ramp. Let me try something. Like this. I just applied this. just becoming more black. See, that's what I need. I need a constant, but I need that to be drawn across. It's gotta be the alpha eventually, but how can I draw that across? Normal? No, it's not across the normal. Snapping? I'd really like to know how to draw directly to the color, the base color, like how that works. Vector math, wavelength, float curve, combine XYZ, combine color, clamp, black body, amp range, or input. Not sure about that. I want to say it's vector. Vector rotate. Even if it can. Hold on. Let's look this up. Okay, so Blender, shader, draw, gradient. Nodes. Actually, there is a gradient. Hold on, isn't there? There's a gradient texture. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. If I use... This is the vector. Will that... No, that doesn't work. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm getting closer here. Also factor. Okay. That's the vector. Quadratic. I use that as the vector. Okay. And essentially the idea is I want to have it cut off at a certain point. In order to do that, I need to change the vector. Okay, I'm beginning to kind of understand. I can actually use this though for compositing. Okay, so we're getting closer. I'm thinking with portals now. So subsurface. I don't know, maybe subsurface would be good. Mess with coach. Specular. Okay. Let's just say linear for now. But what we do want to do is we want to take a vector, rotate, go here. Really? Okay, maybe not that. Place. Want it to go vertical. Weird. Let me turn off the lighting. I don't need the lighting right now. I need just. There it is. What? I thought I understood what vector was. Now I'm not so sure. Vector. That's a bit two different values. Well, actually, no. Well, maybe. We put the vector in here. Hold on. That might work. Well, let me try something. Vector, where's vector math? Vector math. We want this vector, and then we want to actually take something that's all black. So, come on, RGB, just black, this in. What does that give us? Adding that together. But we only want it to be at the bottom, anyway. Multiply. Oh, we're getting some weirdness there. I don't think that's supposed to be what's happening. Let's cut it off. The room, it's all just one room, isn't it? Yeah, it's all just wall. That's fortunate. Wonder if we could have used that to our advantage. Oh, they have a geometry. Oh, hold on. That's interesting. I'll have to look up what in the world vector is. I thought I knew. We go back to base color. Oh yeah, it's real screwy on that side. I think that doesn't matter. I feel like I'm so close. That's not. There are easier ways to do this. Being really stubborn because I want to understand. Actually, so what is? Okay, so this is like light temperature. The mix. I think this would be the trick. Not color else. And essentially what I'm trying to do is get a gradient texture. Gradient texture. Go vertical. I feel like you do that with vector. But I don't know how. Place for it. But that completely takes it over. What allows it to be normal? Not normal. No. I mean, am I going the wrong way? Yes. Wow. I'm inventing colors I didn't even know I could with black and white. Actor? Okay, let's look at it. Texture coordinate. Texture coordinate. Is that a thing? I don't see a texture. Texture coordinate. Here we are. Okay. So mapping it. Map to range. Under vector. Okay. There we go. Okay, here we are. Finally, making progress. I was only entirely too stubborn. Oh, okay. Uh, I still don't know how to rotate. Doing that thing again. Uh, over halfway there. Do I need a texture generator? Texture coordinator. No. That doesn't do anything. Hmm. Happy. Okay. What I'm fiddling with there is looking. I can fiddle with rotate at the same time. Rotate the vector. I rotate this. Blender, rotate, texture with. That's what I want. I want. Why? This. Okay, there we go. All right. I was just being dumb. Oh, interesting. Basically, right about there. I can. Okay, so now what I should see if I plug it into alpha is I should see I should see the bottom here. Oh. Oh, black? Okay, hold on. Might have to reverse it. Yeah, black is what I want. Okay. Let me flip this over. Let me do this again. Hold on. That's what we want. Let me see if I can get more. I'm a spherical quadratic sphere video. Alright. Oh. That needs to be whiter. Where is it? Oops. No, it's not a comic or anything. It's I've been playing with learning how to map 2D on 3D for a little while, and so I'm taking that to kind of like the next level. Sure. trying to figure that out. Actually, we want the scale to go. Okay. That's what we want. That's what we want. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We want a really solid line, but now we want a 0, and essentially now what I want to do is I can actually set this up. Flip this over -90, and then on the X, yeah, like that. Okay. So now, okay, so the whole point of what I'm doing right now is I'm basically trying to set it up so that you aren't going to see anything. It's going to be completely blank of any confetti or packing peanuts below this point, right? So now what I can do, so I've got that first setup. If I take this is the actual map, right? This is the actual alpha. You can see below this line we have like little white packing peanuts. Also, I just realized I think I did one opposite. What did I just do? Yeah, shoot. Because if I this. That's interesting. Why? What do I see? At the alpha. That's interesting. Is this gonna work? Okay, if I... Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, I did the wrong way. What we actually want... That's okay. That's easy enough to fix. What we actually want is... Come on. Yeah, okay. Is the opposite. So let me do 90 degrees and like so. Essentially what that does is now that makes it so that all we see when we plug in the alpha, that, okay, and if I go here, I can actually adjust this more. There. Now that it's there, what I can do is I can take a color, mix color, and add, yeah, add two together. Theory. Oh. I think I wanted to back though. Come on. Back. There we go. Wait. Except not really. We want that to be white, don't we? Yeah. Cute. What if I inverted it first? Oh, come on. Okay, hold on. I'm getting close. I just need to. Well, what about vector? That's a flow. Not quite. Wait. Making everything disappear. Something in here. I need something in here. Let me take a look. So this is black. So what we want is we want you subtracting. Try this. Subtract. There we go. We got it. I think. No, we didn't. Dang it. The bottom needs to. Wait. We need the inverse of this. Or not even the inverse. We need this to just disappear. We need anything that's in this black zone. Hold on, let's try. Around. To disappear. But right now it's just inverting. We don't want that. Right. There. Except for not. Dang it. Why is it inverting it? Hold on. Let's try flipping this. That's not it. Adding it. Don't want that. Value. Gotta be a way. There's gotta be a way. Essentially, I want to. Okay, I gotta think this through. Man, this would be so easy if I had an alpha over. Black basically makes something disappear, right? That's what we want. We want black at the very bottom. And we want the white. We want the whole thing to be black. The white, but this stays. I do invert it. Hold on. Let me try inverting this. Still not it. Oh, that's really close. Only problem is as we add to it. Lamp result? Nope. Okay, but I think that that's... We have saturation. Color? There is no color. It's all the same color. Can't be hue. Let's mix. Mix is too much. That's a problem. We need a really extreme situation. Let's just try subtract again. Now that we've inverted. That doesn't do anything. Oh, that is the exact opposite of what we need. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Ah. Okay, if we get it the other way, I can just invert it again. Maybe... Hold on. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I had it before. I just need to invert this. Oh, come on! Hold on. Really? Why? That's so it's so irritating that it... You know, that might... It, like, it works one way, but doesn't work the other. How can I... Because you look at this... And it's like, oh, it's perfect. This is exactly what I want. I just want this inverted. I want this to be white. I want this to be black. But when I do that, because invert isn't perfect for whatever reason, it leaves this. I don't want that. Maybe I can boost the contrast. Hold on. This is getting real. I think I can boost the contrast. Hold on. There we go. Boom. Done. Okay. Finally. This is such a obnoxious thing. Okay. Now, finally, I go base color. Huh? Okay, there. No, but... I don't understand, though. It's not the... Oh, wait a minute. No, I want this black as well. Dang it. Ah, no, never mind. I didn't have it. I need this black. The only thing I want white is this. There's gotta be a way. Okay, hold on. Wouldn't that be add? Well, hold on. Yeah, dang it. Oh, what if I... More inverts. Just invert it until it works. Okay. Okay, so in theory, I have my fields adjusted, right? So we have this black zone that I can, in theory, use to subtract, like, basically do some math. Some kind. Add's not the way. Yes. It really wants to keep that. Darken? Is that it? Wait a minute. That's it. And then I can just boost the contrast. Yep, okay. I have a see. Okay, finally. Progress. Holy crap, it only took a billion years. There we go. Alright, and if I look through the camera... So now, okay, the whole point of that was to... It's a compromise for the fact that, okay, now the shadows won't look out of place when they get below. Because there won't be any shadows, basically. So now I can go here, I can go to Wicker... I can render oh man, that's not right. The look here. Oh, come on. I confused that. Come on. I'm gonna close it. Close the program. Oh gosh, I hope it's saved. Hello, guilty. Frick. Okay, I gotta... Come on. Okay. Of course. Of course I have to redo all that. Are you freaking kidding me? I know what I need to do, but... Do I really not have a recover? Hold on. Hold on. Okay, we're back. Yeah, I just need to... This to darken, and then, convert it. Ooh! Want to make some lemon cookies. Man, I could go for lemon cookies. Okay, alright, we're back. We did it. This... Okay. So, anyway, let me save again because now I'm paranoid. Oh. the right spot. Alpha and there we go. Okay, there we go. All right, perfect. Okay, so let's go back here. Quicker. All right, let's try rendering again. I just realized. I guess maybe here you have some routine. Yeah, for sure, man. Anytime. Frick! What is that? What's going on there? Okay, well, it almost worked. I partially know what's going on. Why would that... being overlaying. That doesn't make sense. Hold on. Look at the Grim. Oh! What? Hold on. What? Why? Why is this one cut off? This is a totally different scene. Okay. What? So if I delete this and I go back to room, oh come on! Why are these linked? These aren't linked. Come on. Why are these linked? Out of all of these, why is this one linked? Okay, fine. Copy and paste. Delete that. Go here. If I delete this and go to room, okay, now it's not linked. Why was it linked in the first place? They were different numbers. Oh my gosh, I swear, like, program's gonna be the death of me, man. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, I wanted to do cubic. Does cubic work on the lighting side? Yes, cubic works on the light. Okay. Okay, let's try that again. Man, I swear, man, there's just weird issues that crop up. Time and time again here. But we're making progress. We're almost there. Probably should switch over to like CPU encoding or something. I'm gonna have to render off stream, that's for sure. There, okay. So, unfortunately, I wish there was a way to make it so that there was like shadows on the ground around it or whatever. But that's a good compromise. That works. I get the shadows I want while everything else happens. Okay, I need to adjust the lighting on Grem. I do like the more dramatic, like blue against that. Okay, all right, that's done. Freaking finally. I mean, I'm learning a lot about like kind of the inner workings of Blender and like, what doesn't work, so I can't complain too much. You know, I do it to myself most of the time anyway. Let's go down to 20. You're a 10-watt bulb. Let's also go for darker. Did I go to Grimm's color? Go to shading. Yes, I did. Low dodge. I can kind of back that off, I feel. What if he wants to... I got a compositing. Sure. Maybe I go a little cooler on the light for Grim. Actually, hold on. I can do this from here. Grim, where is your light? You have your area light. Where's your point light? Okay, point light. Cool this light down. Very different frame. Wish there was a way to like tell it to render in this view. Maybe it is, I don't know. It seems faster, the whole thing. Maybe I will brighten that up a bit. Hold on. Point light. Much. Oops. Oh no. I broke something. I mean, I didn't, but something broke. Oh shoot. It's out of sync. Why is it out of sync? Hold on. Let's try this. Okay. I really like that frame. Part of me feels like Grim should be brighter, especially with this like light down here. I feel like he should have some bounce light on him. So I'm actually gonna make that happen here. Over here. I do have this light. Is this light on? It's not in the render is the thing. I'm actually, okay, so let's try turning that on, coming back here, here. Let's see if that is enough. Okay, that's a bit bright. It's a bit too bright. But that's the right idea. Now, what I really want to do is... Okay, hold on. I'm actually going to not do it... Oops, that's other... How am I going to do this? Okay, I'm going to do it with not area light. I'm going to do... I'm actually going to increase that light. But I'm gonna like... Sure. Actually kind of back it off. The idea is I want to be a bit more precise with my light. Let's actually back this off. Getting closer. Back it off a bit. Not much. I really want to get some like ice lighting. That's interesting. Will that be okay? That might be okay. I don't know, we'll have to see. Alright, so that's a little bit more extreme lighting. Now, let's see. Let's see. Blue through as much. Okay. That's soft light. How about light light? Ooh! That hard light. Overlay. Ooh. 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 Hold on. I kinda like the overlay. Oh, whoa. I'll have to make him a bit more blue. I like how that... Okay. So I want to make his lighting a little bit more extreme, like Wicker's. Wicker's looking pretty good. Come on. Not there. Yeah, he's a little too bright right now. These I don't mind being bright, but him, I want to like... I need to change the position. A little too close. Still a bit bright. He's just not blending. I'm wondering, he's really pale. I'm wondering if, let's go to, from color, into shading. I'm wondering if, the color dodge, I want to like saturate him a bit more. Let's try that. Color. Listen. Not that much. I don't want to do anything with. Oh. Green is really coming out now. Value. I really want to make him darker. See, that's the problem. I'm trying to find the balance between keeping him bright. His sweater is a really light blue. Let me check something. Okay, the area light is not on. Where is all that extra light coming? I guess maybe let's try deleting that. Try that. I don't know, maybe missing things. Maybe it's gonna be completely different when I render it out. Find out. Oh, it's completely different. Okay. Oops. All right. That's closer though. Hold on. So let's bring the light back in. Hey, let's try that. That's all we needed. A little bit more light. I see what it was doing. Okay, it was... Yeah, okay. It was doing the overlay stuff with the previously rendered image. That's why it was quicker and why it wasn't adjusting. Okay. I can't trust this. This keeps a lot of factors. I have to render it out. Okay, so we're getting closer. You like that it's kind of like a blue below. Kind of being a little bit brighter, but that's maybe a bit much. Two, 10 or 10. That's pretty good. I might go with that. Okay, I'm gonna want to do kind of like a vignette. I do. Color ramp, I asked. Ability. Vector. I probably will do that in DaVinci, just for the sake of my sanity, because that's a totally like 2D thing. But I do like that. I do like how that came out. Now the shadows are a little funny technically because of ambient light. There would be a shadow in him. Stuff like that I can handle on the program. I can only really do straight on lighting with a technique like this. It gives it kind of like a fun pop-up book kind of feel, which is what I'm kind of going for to some degree. Last thing for tonight, and by last thing I mean something that's probably gonna take me entirely too long. I want to see if I can get particles kind of float around in this. So what I need for that is a particle system. And that might take a while. I actually don't know if I can do that on. Okay, let's Shift A. Image. I have to remember how particles work. I may have to do some research. In fact, I definitely will have to do some research. Okay, so we do have a particle system here. Let me try something. So, not a circle. Mesh a UV sphere or an icosphere. Do an icosphere, and of course shrink it down real small. Okay. Hold on. We got something going. Let's focus on. Okay. Particles. Emitter. We have hair. No, we want an emitter. But we want to change. Okay, this is the source. Distribution's jittered. Particle phase is jitter amount. Lifetime. Okay, well, we want 1,000. Why not? Feed, that's fine. Start frame, end frame. We want 414, but we really. 5 times 50, we can mess around with that. Okay, so velocity. Okay. I just realized there's a lot you guys are missing, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna drag the screens over so that you can see like the factors that I'm messing with. for now. And I'll try to kind of keep things on the right side of the screen so that like nothing is lost. For the phone side. Okay. So, what we're looking at is all this stuff. We have like physics and junk. Newtonian. Can we do... Okay. I was like, can we do non-Newtonian? That would be interesting. Rotation. I don't care about rotation. Velocity. Normal. Let's... Figuring them out, that's fine. Physics. Mass, 1 kilogram. We want like 0.2. If that. Go 0.01. What does that give us? That doesn't really seem to be changing it. Children. Simple. Field weight. Force field set. We don't want any of that. I need to remember how change the particle. Go all the way back to 1. Damp, deflection, integration. See, we want like gravity. Where's gravity? There's cache. I don't want to worry about cache right now. Render. Go emitter. We can turn that off eventually. Scale. Okay, hold on. 4. As path, halo. None of this seems to be really doing anything. So, oops. Wait, object. Object. Okay, here we are. We want icosphere. No. Can I not make it the icosphere? Hold on, here we are. Icosphere. There we go. I'm gonna... Extra parent particle. No, it's not producing it. Why not? Oh, that's okay. Never mind. Material coordinate system. That's not what I want. I want just a path is fine. Dead. Timing and random. Okay. I want. I need to change the size of the part. They can be circles like this. Source. Emit from faces. Rotation. I don't care about rotation. Textures. I don't care about textures. Yet. Um, this is the kind of thing that I can do in DaVinci. Field weights. Okay, here. Okay, so here's all the gravity. 0.2. Okay, there we go. Force vortex. That's actually 0.01. Actually. Okay. So, texture. No, I don't care about any of that right now. Although I do want to change how many are coming out like every second. Force field settings, I'll worry about that later. Timing, here we are. Yeah. Velocity. That's lifetime stuff. Want this to be rate. Isn't there a rate? There's like one every like few frames. On fire stove. I don't know what scale. That's it. Play amount. Number of children per parent. Oh. This. Oh. I don't think this is it. Vector collection, we don't want that. Turbulence. Bring that down. Fine. I feel like I'm missing a lot of things. Collection, okay, collision. And property. Vertex group. Nope. Force field. Physics. Right, is there other settings? There's this. This is like properties of the sphere. Convert to mesh. No, we don't want to do that. Render parent particle. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, that's all other things. Children and parent stuff is like not what I'm looking for. How do I? We have the modifiers here. We have the particle system here. We have particle settings. Boy, it's been a long time. Okay, I'll look it up. Okay, Blender, particle, applied, mesh. Okay. Oh, wait, no, not apply mesh. Particle system object. Make them a specific shape. Okay. Oh, this all looks really old. I said it is object. Hold on. Check object and select your object. Okay, let me try loading in another icons. And we'll just do that. Go back here. We'll go down to render object. And I will say icosphere 1. And it's not showing up. Groups are created by selecting. Okay, you can group more objects. Exchange 2 different shapes on the outline. Okay, why isn't this working? Is it because? Oops. No. The heck is going on down there? Okay, we have an object. It should be spawning an object. Different faces. So emitter object is icosphere, object rotation, object scale. Okay. Particle system object. That's no. Create a particle system with an object. Set object. Ooh. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. Okay, let's view. Okay, so type emitter hair workflow, creating a particle system. Okay, come on. Give me more than that. Emitter. That's what I want. Cache. English, render common settings. Scale. Okay, so scale and randomness. When they are rendered. Particles are not rendered. This is just what we use a particle to duplicate objects. Halo. Halos are rendered as glowing dots or a little cloud of light. Any substance. Okay. So why can't I... Why can't I see it? Okay, hold on. Let me try moving this over here. closer. What the? Okay. Okay, what's going on? I'm like losing my mind, man. I moved this one because I thought that was the thing, but now that's emitting the particles? What? Oh, now you're emitting the thing. Why are you emitting the thing? Okay, this. I have it on halos? Where's the particle system? Where's the icosphere? Okay, this is the right icosphere. Okay, weird. Very weird. Okay, icosphere 1. Oh, no, you don't. I actually want to go over here. New. Go to emission. Strength. Have them be a little yellow emission. There you go. Okay. Object. Instance object. Specified objects as instances in place of each particle. Okay, now let's kind of... Here. You should be like glowing essentially. Why do I only see one? Am I? Maybe it's because I don't. And copper particle instance object extra apparent unborn. Render particles before they are born. Render particles after they have died. Okay. I see. Boy. All right. This is very strange. I need to figure out the timing thing. I just thought so shading with it. I mean, Grem. Light. Yeah, no, this should be correct. show emitter, color material, velocity. There it goes. Okay. I'll need to add like glare to all this. Oh, and maybe even just the alpha. Bit. Do that. Barely visible. Bright. Not that bright. Lights. Okay, now, now I need to know. Turbulence, fluid flow effector weight. Oh. I want it to just like put out a couple every now and again. Use deck, particle face, mission location per face, 0 equals automatic. Oh, particles per phase. Okay. I can reduce the number of particles, but okay, maybe that's. And we'll increase the lifetime way more. Even less than that. Now I can apply a force to this to make sure that they all go in the right direction. And even some like turbulence as well, I think. What else can we do? We have all this stuff. We have an effector collection. We have wind. Force field setting. Type. We want wind. Okay. I can't move anything anymore. Why can't I move anything? There. Alright, yeah. Turbulence. Them to just fall. I want them. Where's gravity? Is the weakest I can make gravity? No, it's not. You know, I just realized something. Anyway, I can delete the icosphere, and I'm actually going to make it off from a plane. I'm gonna scale it down. Is or Ash. Whatever. I'll just read it. Render. I'm gonna actually move this over here just in case this matters. Like, if that, like 13 actually. Gravity, pretty much all the way down. Oh, I need to. I don't see any light. need a little bit of gravity. You actually want like turbulent vortex. Maybe not a vortex, turbulent. I want turbulent. Some of the particles like going up essentially. Maybe if I change the mass. I still don't fully understand how this works. Like, it all of a sudden just started outputting the particle. Maybe if I change scenes. Nope. Also, still way too much. Fixed location, fixed rotation, wind factor. Okay, there we go. A little too strong now. A little too strong. Okay. Less noise. A little bit bigger than that. What's going on? What the heck? Sometimes I just don't understand. Oh wait, no, render as object. Oops. Okay. Global code. Scale. I don't see it. Is it just like sending them into the friggin' stratosphere because of turbulence? No, then. Okay, so they are appearing. Oh wait, no. No, they're not. Just rendering. But it's not rendering anything. Psychosphere. I don't see him. Hold on, maybe if I turn myself. Nope. I don't understand this sometimes, man. Show emitter, renders object, scale randomness, none. Bring that up. I can't even get it to admit anything. Oh, cool. Now it's not emitting anything at all. Wait, yeah, it is. Never mind. But I can't get it to emit the icosphere. I mean, it is really small, but I should see it. It emits. Icosphere 1. I swear, man, this program only works when it wants to. I freaking swear. I mean, I don't know. Okay, there, I know. Okay, so it was too small, essentially. We're all kind of, okay, gravity's a little strong in it. Oh my gosh. Really? Can't get it to go one notch? Whatever. Okay, fine. We can increase up to like 8. What's going on? Okay, maybe it needs to be a little bigger. Even just for testing purposes. What I don't understand is, where is it coming from? There it is. Okay. There's velocity. I want to. There we go. Okay, so slow it down a touch. Now, we're gonna do. Gonna create a turbulence effect. I'm actually gonna like basically zero this whole thing out. Let's say it can self-effect. Barely turn up the strength. That's way too much. I want like. No, don't key it. Don't key it. Don't key it. Ah, stop. Oh gosh. Where did I key it? I keyed it like 8 billion times, dude. Doggone it. There it is. Oh god. I seriously have to. Hold on, I should be able. Really? Can I seriously not see the where any of the keys are? Oh, this is stupid. Show me all the keys. Oh, why can't you show me the keys, you stupid piece of junk? There you are. There we go. Okay. So, barely any strength. Even that's too much. 0.002. Maybe a little bit more than that. Maybe like 0.0. Even that's too much. Not 0.2, 0.02. I told you 0.02. Okay. Honestly, that looks fine. Let's say that's fine. I like that frame. Oh. Yeah, it comes out. It probably won't be glaring, which I'll need to add. It'll be emitting. Yeah, we have little particles now. Cool. Okay. So let's go to compositing then. And on... That's the alpha... That's light. Okay. On light, let's add filter. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. Flare. So fog, threshold, fine. Let's see what it does. Now, I do wonder if it would be worth it to make it so that the particles only show up suspended in the light. I might do that. Doesn't seem to be any glare. Of course, that's color dodge. I don't know if... I wonder if I should take this glare, put it elsewhere. That's interesting. Just the factor, way more prevalent, but I'm not gonna. I want it to fade. Let's do that actually. What? Why did you do that? I didn't want to do that. I didn't hit that. Come on. Really? Let's just see what this is. Maybe it needs to be stronger. Maybe the emission needs to be stronger. That'd probably work. Let's find out. That didn't work. All right. Let's... that. And we'll lower the threshold a touch. But I am going to go light. I can make it a little bit bigger. The particle's a little bit bigger. Icosphere. Yeah. That big. It's maybe a bit big, but actually, for the fun of it, go into shading, lower the alpha. Okay. Practically. If that works. Interesting. Now it's completely gone. Maybe because too much of an alpha? Oh. I need a read. That'll do. 149. Good work. Alright, I'm done messing with the particle system for now, so we're just gonna move things kind of back to its center. There we go. Still doesn't have a glare to it, really. But that might do. I might actually just lower the emission. No, it's awfully strong. What time is it? It is almost 9. I'm gonna go for 3 hours. Let's go. Cut this in half to like 7. Oh, I wonder if the add glow is probably, I don't know. Well, let's see what else we can do with this. Mix it. Now I like the add. The color dodge, right? We're gonna come across this. Okay. Well, we actually did make good progress. We're getting really close. I'm getting really close to rendering this out. Yeah. I'll have to figure out a way to soften the article on the, because right now they're really they're basically just blocking the light, and I think that's the add low. And I can try it with like a or overlay. Overlay probably work. Softly. Oh. I'm not sure. Either way, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. So thank you guys for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. I'll have to catch you all later. Have a good one. I'll be back on Monday. Maybe more of this? I don't know. We'll see. I am gonna be starting on the comic again here soon. So got that, but that's gonna be having to do like concept art and stuff like that first. So a lot of work to be done, but yeah. I'll be around. See y'all on Monday.